Hi, welcome back, everyone. I'm Audrey, also known as Midwife Audrey.
And I'm MYLS.
And yeah, today is Sunday, another one of our hangouts here at home virtually.
That's right. So for those of you who don't know us, we're real life superheroes, the band, transformational speakers, and humanitarians by profession.
Yeah.
So today we're going to take a little bit of time and talk about our platform, Love Corps. That's what Love Corps. We're the heroes we've been waiting for.
Yes. So at this point, we wanted to take you guys on a tour of our Linktree, which MYLS has already put up. What's nice about the Linktree, and when we were crafting it, I really had, I guess you can say, whoever would be using it in mind, in that it has all the resources and all the edutainment tools and whatnot right there in one spot. So I guess we'll check it out.
Yeah, we're just going to sort of take a tour of the house, as it were. So before we get started, the intention here was, because we were scheduled for this tonight. We've been making it a point to do these kind of hero hangouts regularly, and tonight I was like, all right, well, as is often the case, life sort of like jostles things around a little bit, and we didn't quite have the day flow like we initially expected. So I was like, well, what are we going to do? What do we want to talk about on our hero hangout tonight? We had done the last one we sat and we talked about the Terminator movie, which was a lot of fun. But I realized that at that event that we went to, that we did this week, we got to perform at this really cool event down in Orlando. You have something to say, Charlie?
You can hear a doggy Charlie in the background.
Oh, now she's got a taste of the limelight. We'll never hear the end of it.
Just talking.
So anyway, you have to excuse her. Unruly fans, it's part of the gig. So we got to do this really cool event, and I realized as we were sitting there talking with people, we would tell them about Love Corps and the cool stuff that we want to do and the stuff that we're already doing, and people get really excited about it. But like, you never have enough time to like in the moment like sit and like really get into it. So people want to know more, and it's like, oh, but I got to go do a thing or whatever. So I was like, oh, well, today's a great day to sit down and just like
do a little tour,
right? Yeah. So that was the why of today. Any final thoughts before we get going? No. All right. Well, without further ado, we're going to pop over to the Linktree.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Make sure I have it queued up properly. And voila. All right. So, as I said before, our band name, Real Life Superheroes. And you can see here all the stuff that we do. All right, so I don't really. The rest of it's just a regular Linktree, right? So I got our socials, and there's, if you guys want to drop a little tip in our bucket, or you got some, a little something right there. This is one way to get to our Patreon community, and then we also have our email and even our TikTok available here. So the intro video. We got a cool. I don't remember how long it is. It's not super long, but it's a.
Kind of just about who we are, our mission, and what we are trying to achieve with our impact.
Would you want to tell them?
Do I want to tell them?
Or do you want to let our previous selves tell them?
I think they can go on a little tour and check it out.
All right.
So when you say tell them, what do you mean?
Well, this is a visual medium. We could just play the video.
Oh, well, go for it.
I don't know. All right. Now the question is, so this is me learning in real time as well. All right, it's on there, but it's quiet. So you're right. They can check it out for themselves. But there you have it. So we have like a whole basic rundown of what we got going on with this entire platform. You can learn about the nuts and bolts of it there. Then the next thing we got on here is our first music video. And this is what I've been playing music since I was 14. How long is that? It's like a long time, like several decades now. And so anyway, we finally got around to making a music video for the first time in my entire musical career. And I'm really proud of it because we went out, we shot it. We had a little help from Star Print Productions, and Audrey was like, showed up and like had never done anything quite like this. Were you ever filmed a music video before?
No, I've done things in theater and, just band and choir. So I kind of understood the logistics of the behind the scenes of, call time and, different things you may need while, I guess you can say being on site, but yeah. So that was kind of the role that I played in the music video.
Well, from my point of view, you came out and you showed up like maybe like a Daphne Keene from Logan, like just like, oh, this is my first time doing one of these on camera, and you showed up and were like epic immediately. Like all the shots were just like she'd been doing this forever. It was really fun. So for me, the thing that was exciting about it was getting to finally step into the visual medium, as a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cutting it together was cool because it set the stage for some of the other stuff we want to do a little bit later, like shooting our own web series and stuff like that, and doing films and storytelling and stuff. But you got to start somewhere. So this was a fun place to start. All right. So now we're moving on to some of the other stuff. So this is all the stuff that Audrey and I are doing as a band. But that's just the one sort of part of what we do. So if you want to check out the music, we've got all of our original music, or the stuff that we do or whatever, is on SoundCloud. And then we also have playlists, because we're all about living that superhero life. And so I've been putting together playlists for a few years now that sort of intended to elevate your vibe or your consciousness or something. So we got like hours of music from all kinds of cool artists that are, just talking about impactful stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we got a couple of links here for that. You can look at it on YouTube, or the more comprehensive list is actually the one that's on Spotify right now.
It's got something for the taste of all ages, and when listening to it, you don't have to be concerned about, oh no, I don't know if this is too mature content for my little one. So yeah, some good, a good eclectic mix of the oldies and today, and really conscious music that helps elevate the frequency so that we can elevate our consciousness. So yeah, take a listen with us of some of our favorites that we listen here at home.
There you go. Oh yeah. We have these in rotation regularly. Part of the idea there, I guess, is to sort of like that I got the idea from, I don't know, probably the internet at this point, but somebody had posted somewhere a long time ago, like, your diet is more than just what you eat. It's what you put in your mind. It's the kind of music you listen to and stuff like that.
The environment of, what your body is in and your spirit is in and your mind is in are all things that we take in or consume that have impacts on, our overall well-being.
Yeah. And so I guess my experiment with that was like, what if I put together a playlist of music that talks about truth, love, and humanity? Those are the big three things that I study. So I keep an eye out for songs that, engage with those subjects, because just the engaging with those subjects and letting somebody else's experience with it wash over you in the form of, they have an experience, they make a song, and now you get to experience the universe sort of through their eyes. And the act of doing so, whether you love the songs or not or whatever, can like expand your consciousness in a really cool way. And it can, I like it because it's passive. I can be elevating my consciousness or my vibe or whatever while I'm washing dishes or driving to the store. So that's like the why that I put it all together. It was sort of had that in mind. Mm-hmm. All right. So next up is our Patreon community. And so our Patreon community is where we're doing most of these hero hangouts, the virtual ones. Here, this has me in viewing as a creator. But anyway, so you can check out our Patreon, because we have the virtual hero hangouts, which we're doing there every other week. So just like this, but this one we're doing for the public where everyone can check it out. But we've been wanting to sort of like find a space that's a little, it's not on Facebook or it's not on Instagram or some other platform where people maybe like, what if you don't have Facebook, but we have everything on a Facebook group, right? So it was like, okay, well, we've gone back and forth a little bit on like where to build community. And so it has seemed like the place where we can offer the most of like what we're doing while also building a community seems to be at the Patreon, especially because they recently changed out how they do their membership. So you can just be a member for free. So this gives us a way to sort of like build like a dialogue within our own community. That's something that can be plugged into from anywhere. So that's the idea. But again, like I said, for today, I made an exception so that we could get the word out about this. And the Patreon is really cool because we have a bunch of things on there, like our vault, and that's got like several of my old albums plus download, and this is all downloadable. Plus we've got our music video on there and some of our singles that we've released as real life superheroes. So there's a whole bunch of music, and we're adding to that every now and again. Like as soon as we do new things here and there, we keep adding to it. So that's sort of part of the perks of like, if you got some extra cash and you want to support what we're doing, we can make more projects and do bigger, cooler, better things if we get a little bit of support that way. So if you have it, then we've got some perks available on the Patreon for people who got a little extra to hand in. But I also like the idea that we can make as much of this as we can accessible to everybody. And so that's why on the Patreon, a lot of like the core stuff that you're going to find there is all just for everyone. So that's where the parties happen, is on Patreon. I think that was the main thought. Honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, yes. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I did the Patreon community. Real life superheroes gear. Y'all, we have merch. And we have not one, not two, not even three. We have 4 different merch lines right now, which I have designed mostly by myself, or entirely by myself. And so we have all kinds of cool ones we've got, and I'll just give you guys a little preview so you can check it out. We don't have to spend all day here. You can hop on and do your own shopping, but I'm really proud of the fact that we have all this stuff. So I'm excited to kind of show it off a little bit. So we have, as you can see here, everything from like sweatshirts to like onesies and stuff like that, for babies, and hoodies and stuff like that. And this is all just for the real life superheroes. As you can see, we also have Love Corps gear. It says "We're the heroes we've been waiting for" on the back of it. The real life superheroes, hero means helping everyone regardless of origin. So we got some fun things in that way. There's also, okay, I can't find them all here. There's like literally too many. But here we go. I think we get a little bit of a sort of a cast a wider net here. So this is what I mean. We have 4 brands. It's a lot of stuff. But here's just a bunch of the t-shirts that we have, right? We got a little Midwife Audrey t-shirt merch over here. We've got some MYLS Artist Academic Ally merch over here. We've got from our single, the one with the music video, we sort of had this idea that the theme and the whole reason for the video and doing the song was that anyone can be anyone can be an umbrella in someone else's rainy day.
Yeah.
And that was actually sort of an idea that we borrowed from
Maya Angelou, where she talks about, being a rainbow in someone's cloudy day. So it's kind of cool, that imagery, but really it speaks to the functional piece of how together we can transform tomorrow into a better place, especially if we all are in alignment with who we are, which is where our superpowers truly lie. And from there, being in alignment with ourselves in actions that help serve other people, that's what transforms the world.
Yeah, and I think that the thing that, like, that comes to my mind when you talk about how powerful we are together is the ways that like some of the problems that we're up against in the world are big, big problems. So it's not exactly one person left. Not even Superman can take care of every problem by himself, right? So when we start harnessing the fact that, oh, there's lots of superheroes all around us, if their powers are unlocked and they're free to do their thing, then, oh, we can take all these big problems and we can size them down pretty good because there's so many of us. My mom used to say, many hands make light work.
And one of the ways that we have built into, the platform is that through whatever monetizations that we generate, a portion of that goes back to community and goes back to real life superheroes who are making impacts to transform tomorrow into a beautiful place. That's part of what we do as real life superheroes is we use our gifts to help elevate, educate, and empower us all to be the heroes we've been waiting for. What that looks like is us doing workshops that help people discover and unlock the superpowers within. And before too long, we'll be having like half-day retreats or just different style live events where we can come together and learn how to live our own #superhero life, especially for those who are realizing that they want to live life differently and have what they do be what is the change we want to see in the world. And we also perform at cons and retreats and various other private events. And we plan and organize community collaborative fundraising events for nonprofit organizations, causes, or individuals that are doing that frontline superhero work.
Yeah, that was one of the things that early on when I started many years ago, back when I was in high school, I had an idea that I started on this journey of like using art to impact the community, in a positive way. And, on the one hand, people do that all the time, which is great. But as time has gone on, I've noticed that there are these little challenges to keeping sustainable efforts, in terms of like solving some of the big problems of the world. And so along the way, I realized I was like, oh, I feel like if we build something that lets people come together and use their powers where they're at their scope, in their way. So we acknowledge that there are superpowers that are like, you might be an artist like me, that you could use your art to transform the community. But for somebody else, maybe they're a midwife, or maybe they are, maybe their profession has nothing to do with how they impact the world around them, the community around them. Maybe they're just really good at making friends. And so that makes them good for building community. And the community that they help build then serves all these other needs and gets these things done. So superpowers come in all different shapes and sizes. Superheroes come in all different shapes and sizes. And the scope of our superpowers is not always relevant. Sometimes like there's a cosmic scale superhero thing going on, and there's like a quantum scale superhero thing going on, and they all play a role in the big picture. So the idea, I guess, for me is to be able to show us doing our thing and how, share our gifts with the world and use those to drive, positive action. But then also, that's the real life superhero stuff. But I think Lovecore is becoming a space where people can come and like charge up their superpowers and learn how to like dial in their life the way that they want to, and bring it to bear on their community and start really getting into that superhero life right where they are, right where they're at, and seeing the other superheroes around them for who they are. Because then all this stuff that feels really hopeless starts getting way, way better.
Yep.
All right, cool. TED Talk over. Thank you for joining me on that one. All right, so I was just going to hold this on the screen here real quick. So you guys, if you wanted to read it, you can sort of get a glimpse of what all of this is about all in one picture. And then we're going to pop off and finish the next couple of links here. You can just see we've got a video here that tells you all the different ways that you can support what we're doing. We've covered most of it here, but this is sort of a shortened version of it. If you wanted to come back and check again, you know, obviously things like just hanging out, checking out the music, coming out to an event, or showing up on one of these hangouts with us, and just participating is in and of itself super helpful.
Yeah.
But, you know,
and sharing it with people you know, or people who you think could benefit. So all of those are a great way to, I guess you can say, sow the seed around in the community.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. And so part of this whole building a new community in a new world and all of this is something that, you know, I know I'm new at certain parts of it. And I know that you're new to certain parts of this. And I think that's part of the journey that we're all trying to go on here with Love Corps, I think, is that there are parts of this that are new for all of us. And discovering and unlocking your superpowers can be a space where you step into the unknown. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm grateful to like be here with you, stepping into the unknown. And I'm grateful to all of you hanging out with us as we're sort of finding our way into this new world. So the last little bit here is if you wanted to see what Midwife Audrey's got going on, what's the latest here, you can check out her link tree. You've got my link tree over here. I'm going to just real quick pop over on mine. I also have an intro video. And on my YouTube channel, I have been, I got more links and stuff that go back to Love Corps. But on my YouTube channel, I have been doing a new series called the Love Corps Superhero Toolkit series. And this is where we're talking about subjects that pertain to discovering and unlocking your superpowers. So it's sort of a toolkit for using your superpowers. And I try to translate it into something that feels like that, you know, anyone can follow along with it, and hopefully you find it useful. So I just wanted you to know that whether it is, you know, through one of these links or on the website or even on the Patreon, all this stuff is pretty easy to get to. And that was the goal. We wanted to make it so that, you know, you could find it all in one spot. And that's all I had. I think that was it. I think we did the thing.
Yay!
Woo!
Well, thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my various TED Talks. And yeah, so we'll see whatever we're doing next week. But probably our next one will be
in person
here in Central Florida, and we'll get some details out on that. That'll be this next Sunday. And the next time we're on virtual will be 2 Sundays after that.
Yes.
And I don't know what we're going to do. It's part of the mystery. It's part of the fun. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Will we be doing music stuff? Will we be talking movies? Will we be fighting crime? Anyway, point is, that's half the fun is finding out. So we'll see you there, unless you see us first.
All right. Take care, superheroes. We'll see you next time.
Bye.